Hi, I'm EJ, and I just wanted to explain a little bit what the workshops will be like. First of all, if you've ever done a workshop through this group with me before, the format's going to be really very similar. Basically, we start with a check-in, and then we do a mindfulness activity that lasts about 5 minutes. They're never too long because some people are, struggling, and so it's really difficult for them to do a mindfulness activity for more than 5 minutes. So we keep it to about 5 minutes, and it's also always a led type meditation. It's not a silent meditation. So so that again is because particularly with people who have mental health struggles, silent meditation can be really difficult. And then we focus on some skill. Specifically a DBT skill. So this is a DBT, focused course, and it is about using mindfulness, and we will be reflecting on that. But there are also other DBT skills that we can do more mindfully that we can reflect on. So there will be that. And then finally, there will be another activity that will be from the expressive arts certification that I'm doing right now. So this is an image that shows what expressive arts is about. Now, you notice that I didn't write the word art in the description of this workshop, and that's because while something that someone might call art is often created through these activities, the focus is not on an end product. Okay, so the focus is on healing. There are 4 components. Let me explain this. There are 4 components to expressive arts. There's silence, so that's kind of where the meditation fits in. There's movement, there's sound, and there's storytelling. So these are actually practices that are used in a lot of similar situations. So when we say that movement is being used, anytime you're stretching your arms, anytime you're hugging yourself to provide some self-regulation, that is movement. Okay, so those are the kinds of movements that are used in expressive arts. And then sound, there might be some percussion, but it also could be just breathing in and ooh, just making a sound, or saying as you breathe out, or something like that. So yes, it's creating a sound, but these are specifically sounds that we're seeking sounds that are self-regulating, that help us to be mindful and that help us to be centered. And then finally, storytelling. No, you don't need to invent, an amazing story that we will never forget, an epic. No, storytelling is when you create some image, any kind of image, a scribble. And then you show other people the scribble, or you don't show them the scribble, but you talk about it. You say how you feel as you've made the scribble. That is storytelling. So that is what expressive arts is. And then finally, you see the connection and touch and the community. Unfortunately, because this is a virtual group, we won't be be able to hold hands or hug each other or provide any of that kind of regulating touch for each other, but I will be guiding us to give that to ourselves. And of course, meeting is connection. And then finally, community, the weekly check-ins, the remembering things about each other and asking how we are. And that is also healing, a necessary part of healing. All right, so let me explain this. So this is a paper that I created using these expressive art techniques. So silence. Before I created it, I just breathed in and out a few times. This is not like some fancy thing. Like you don't need me to do it with you every time or anything. I'm just trying to like share a way to regulate and center. All right, so I breathed a few times, and then movement. Before I applied my writing tool to the paper, I just moved my arms. I just swung my arms in these big circles, and I just felt my body. You know, this is the proprioceptive sense, like where we are in space. And this is a centering activity. You know, centering, mindfulness does not just happen in the mind, it happens in the body also. So I did those movements, and then I actually just stepped closer to the paper. That's all I did. I will say I limited my movements a bit for this, which I don't really like. Next time I would do it a little bit differently so that I could keep my movements really big. I found that, for me, really regulating. And then what's the other is sound. Okay, so then after I did this, I kind of looked at it. Again, silence. I kind of looked at it. I looked at it like this. I looked at it like this. And I found an area to focus on. And so again, I had kind of some silence combined with sound. So, let me put it away. So then what I did is I did some tapping. Okay, so there's some percussive sound, there's some regulating there. And I did that while I looked at this area that I decided I wanted to work with. I really just created this, I just wanted to have a nice time. I just wanted to be peaceful and centered. And it was, I will share, it was a wonderful experience. I am also learning about how to help people when the experience is not wonderful. In the workshops, we're going to be focusing on self-regulating, on being mindful, on self-care. So I don't anticipate that a lot of really difficult things are going to come up, but it might because people have stuff going on. So anyway, that is covered in the course. The course is trauma-informed expressive arts. And so I am not a therapist myself, but I care. And I do have meditation experience. I meditate for about an hour every day. And I have been learning meditation for over a decade with a Buddhist group that I follow. And so I really hope that you'll join if you're interested. And please feel free to ask me any questions if there's anything you're still wondering about.